Hello again, YouTube, and I'm back. And this video here is just a point of clarification. I've cleaned up the wiring for the hot water heater. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do. So, I cleaned it up and put that little connector to kind of hold the wire in place and put the panel back on. So it's good to go. And it's plugged into this particular timer here. I've got it plugged in with an extension cord, and this power outlet it's a timer as well. So at about 5 o'clock, it'll just turn off, and this thing right here will come on, heating, allowing the top element to heat. But the point is of this video here is to make some clarifications. The reason why I did this is, I'm going to treat this big water heater here as a big storage device, an energy storage device. It's not storing battery power per se. What it is, it's storing energy in the form of heat. So I'm pulling in right now. I had to put some more loads on, and I'm pulling in. My solar power is at 2 kilowatts, just over 2 kilowatts. And if you look at the time, it's just after 3 p.m. and I'm pulling 2 kilowatts of power into my system, and I'm using 340 watts from the utility. I basically started, I turned on the dishwasher, and so I'm also using just over a kilowatt for heating the hot water heater. I peaked out today at 3 kilowatts at 1 p.m. So the sun broke through the clouds, and I got a lot of power at that point. So, so the idea here is I'm not really looking at a more efficient water heater per se. I mean, this water heater here is still relatively new. One viewer had an excellent comment that says, hey, I would probably come out better just using a pump hot water heater. And to be honest, those new hybrid water heaters where they actually use a heat pump water heater. That's what it is, a heat pump water heater. And those things are awesome. They're expensive, but they're awesome. The problem with that is this water heater here is still relatively new. And also, in my case right now, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, well, what am I using this for? Well, again, I'm trying to take the excess power that's coming in from my solar arrays and heating the water with it. And that was the idea. You take your power coming in from the panels, and you heat your, heat the water use it to heat water. I mean, after like 2 or 3 hours, yeah, I mean, this thing should get pretty decently hot. And not only that, but at around 4 or 5 o'clock, the top element will come on. So, so essentially, solar is heating, during the day, and at night, the rest of it will be, this top element. So that was the idea behind this little experiment of mine. It's just a way to, you take the excess power and put it in, as opposed to storing it in, more more batteries and stuff like that. So with LEDs in my house, and just LEDs everywhere, and all this other stuff that I've that I'm using to conserve power. I mean, a typical normal size battery bank, about maybe 200, what you would consider 200 amp hours or something like that, is fine. When everything's LEDs. This on the other hand is a beast. So if I utilize, my solar during the day, I should be able to heat this thing, throughout the day. Yes, it's only this 4,500 watt element is only right now receiving 1,100, around 1,100 watts. But 1,100 watts times about 4 or 5 hours equals a hot tank. So just kind of take that for what it's worth. But anyway, that was the idea. That was the idea. But the comment was great. I mean, those hybrid water heaters are outstanding. Absolutely outstanding, and maybe I'll take a look at them later on down the road. But right now, basically this will do fine until it's time to replace. All right, take care, YouTube.